Hey guys, what's up? It's Patrick here, and in today's video, I'm going to be testing out the new level 40 heroes by attacking some maxed out bases. So there's been a lot of uproar in the community about the hero changes. I wanted to go ahead and test out the level 40s for myself by attacking some maxed out bases. So all the bases I'm attacking today have completely maxed out defenses. Most of them have level 40 heroes, and I tried to attack ones with level 10 and level 11 walls, although a couple of them are level 9. As far as my army composition goes, I'm using 2 archers, 16 wizards, 22 wall breakers, 3 golems, 2 witches, 2 valkyries. I brought the valkyries just to troll a little bit. I really would not use them if you're seriously trophy pushing, as well as I took out one of my witches because I don't have to lure the king and queen anymore, and I added a couple of wizards. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm going to go ahead and start off by attacking this base right here. This guy has level 10 and level 11 walls, a couple of level 9s tucked away in there. And throughout these raids, I'm sort of just going to be judging myself on my rating and sort of talk about what grade I would give myself and whether or not I deserve to win that raid. I'm going to be talking about heroes mostly because that's really the thing that's been changed in this update. So let's go ahead and see how it turns out. So attacking this guy's base, best part of the base to attack him from is the bottom right because he has less sort of T intersections inside of his base. I feel like it's going to be a little bit easy for my wall breakers. So I'm going to go ahead and break through right there, and I'm going to start making my way into the center. So I froze his first Inferno Tower as well as his Barbarian King, and you can see with his hero changes on defense, his Archer Queen isn't even going to help out until things are a little bit too late. So just watch his Archer Queen. It's standing there with the question mark above her head. I'm going to go ahead and take care of his king. Again, the king got a huge nerf, so for defense he almost does nothing because you can't activate his ability power, and by the time his Archer Queen comes to help out, his Town Hall is already done, and it's only going to take me 2 hits to take care of his Archer Queen anyway. So overall, this was a pretty easy raid. I felt like I was pretty concise. I'd probably give myself an A minus on this raid, but things were pretty good, and I probably did deserve those 2 stars. So 7 trophies, 52%. I did have a couple of troops left. I probably could have gotten 60%, but I did surrender, so I didn't lose any more health on my king and my queen. And let's go ahead and attack this next base. So this guy does have maxed out defenses, although he does only have level 9 walls, but he does have level 40 heroes, so let's go ahead and try to take him out. Alright, so I do have 2 archers. I probably should bring 2 barbarians instead since they're better at luring out the clan castle, but let's go ahead and attack this guy. Whenever you attack bases like this, I sort of like attacking from a side instead of attacking a corner, so I'm going to attack from the bottom left-hand side. Dropping golem number 1 as well as my 2 witches right there, followed by my clan castle full of wizards. Same thing on the top. I'm going to drop my golem, some wall breakers, and some wizards, and we're going to make our way into the center of this base. So something nice about this update, now that I don't have to bring barbarians, I do have a little bit more wizards, and you're going to see throughout these raids that they're going to become in a lot of, or they're going to be really handy, because generally when I was raiding before this update, I ran out of wizards towards the end. So let's see how that helps me out now. Alright, I did have a little bit of a failure with my wall breakers because I dropped a couple of them into a giant bomb, but things are still looking okay before I dropped this second rage spell and I missed the Inferno Tower. I got greedy and I tried to freeze a lot of the troops, so that backfired a little bit, but fortunately that Inferno Tower didn't end up taking care of my king or my queen. Things are looking great right now. We did get 50%, 2 stars. And now I was thinking about surrendering just because I didn't want to lose my hero's health. But looking around the base, now that I have so many more wizards, these guys are actually going to help out a lot. And I'm just going to let it run out a little bit to see if we can get 3 stars on this guy's base. Hero's still doing a lot of work. My king, I think the king might need a little bit of tweaking because he is really weak right now at level 40. But the queen still does a lot of damage. She's going to take care of a lot of these buildings, going to take care of these builders' huts, and then move her way to the archer tower. So the archer tower actually did take care of a pretty good amount of my wizards, but my queen still is powerful enough to take care of a lot of these defenses. So she's taking care of the wizard towers, taking care of that cannon, and I think we should be able to get 3 stars in this raid. There's really only one more defense left. It's on the bottom right here with this wizard tower. And after that goes down, we are going to be able to get 3 stars, and that was pretty easy. So this guy had a completely maxed out base besides his walls, and yeah, that worked out really well. And let's go ahead and try out the next raid. So I'd probably give myself an A- on this raid. I did fail with the wall breakers, actually maybe a B+ because of that free spell that I missed towards the center. But I think I did deserve 2 stars on that raid. But let's go ahead and try out this next base. So this is going to be the easiest base I attack today. This guy doesn't have a maxed out Barbarian King, still has a maxed out Queen, but overall, his base design is pretty weak in my opinion. I like attacking bases like this where you can sort of just storm the center, especially before when the heroes were a little bit more powerful, but you can see I was cheeky in the beginning of the raid, and I actually took care of most of his giant bombs. So I saw the 2x2 squares, and I assumed that there would be a lot of space for me to drop my, or I assumed that was enough space for a giant bomb to be present there, so I dropped a couple of wall breakers. And I actually think I took care of 3 of those. So I'm not going to have to worry about the giant bombs. I think there's one more left in his base. And after I drop this lightning spell, I'm going to start doing work. I did waste a pretty good amount of my wall breakers actually trying to lure out some of his troops, so I probably going to have to dock myself on that one, but I think it shouldn't cost me in the end. And let's go ahead and attack. Alright, first golem has been dropped in the center, dropping my wizards, dropping my witches. Golems on the side are doing work as well, but you can see a mortar shell did hit my wall breakers before they reached the base, and I probably should have been looking out, so that's definitely an error on my part, and that might cost me a little bit. So I don't have any more wall breakers left, so that's a little bit of a problem. But let's go ahead and drop my heroes, and I still have a ton of wizards. The wizards are doing a great job, and they're taking care of most of the buildings. Alright, free spell's going down. I'm going to freeze that Inferno Tower before it takes care of my king and my queen. King's going to go ahead and walk over that Archer Queen, punch her in the mouth once and take care of her, so she's really not going to affect me much on defense. And my troops are just going to run around this base, and we should be able to get that 50% so long as my wizards focus down that Town Hall. Alright, things are looking pretty good right now. 47%, 48%, we're going to get that 50% 2-star. And from here, we can probably go ahead and surrender because we're not going to see too much else from this base. I don't think we're going to be able to get 3 stars just because there's so much stuff. We'll probably just run out of time. So I'm going to go ahead and surrender and wrap it up for this raid. Alright, 20 trophies, 62% and 2 stars. Really not too much of a struggle. Probably give myself another B+. I did fail hard with the wall breakers there, so that's never good. But let's go ahead and attack this final base. And this base is a great example of where I think heroes are at right now. So I started off, I dropped 1 archer and 3 wall breakers to take care of those level 11 walls, and deciding how I wanted to attack this base, I had a brain fart, and I tried to attack this base from the left, the right, and the bottom. I spread myself out too thin, and this thing got pretty ugly pretty quickly. So I'm going to drop that golem right there. I dropped a golem on the left and a golem on the right, but you can see that golem is walking its way over to the cannons, and that's not really what I wanted to do. So at this point, I'm sort of in panic mode. I'm going to drop my clan castle. I'm going to drop my heroes towards the bottom left-hand side. And I'm going to do what I did on that, I think the first raid that I attacked, or maybe the second raid, where I'm going to attack through the bottom left-hand side. Alright, so you can see his queen shooting at my Barbarian King, really not doing that much damage because she can't activate her ability power on defense. And now that I'm storming my way through the base, I did actually run out of wall breakers, which is a huge problem. So, I mean, right now, I'd probably give myself like a C- or a D+ on this raid. I did really, really poorly on this raid, but I'm still at 42%. And even though I don't have any wall breakers to break through the base, my queen still is powerful enough where she can shoot down that Town Hall and get me that first star. So she took care of the Town Hall. We're going to be at 49%. And then after we destroy one more building, we're going to get that 50% and we can surrender and wrap it up for this raid. So even though this raid was really terrible, I really feel like I should have lost this raid. I didn't deserve to win. I didn't drop my troops strategically. I dropped my golems in a really poor position. I ran out of wall breakers. Overall, this raid was a complete failure, yet I still ended up with 2 stars and 17 trophies. So after doing these raids, you guys can see my attack log right here. I did 5 of them. I got 2 stars on each one. Sort of had varying grades. Some of them, like the first one, I had almost perfect, and like this one right here was absolutely terrible where I feel like I should not have won, but still, my heroes were powerful enough to destroy the bases, and yeah. I still think the level 40 heroes are completely fine. Again, they did get a nerf. There's no way around that, but I think the heroes did need a nerf because it was so easy to destroy bases, at least if you were an experienced raider. So if I gave you guys an iPad who had never used Go Wee Wee before, you guys wouldn't be able to get 2 stars on a base right away, but for an experienced clasher who's used Go Wee Wee for a long time, the strategy was way too easy with level 40 heroes. And I think these nerfs are definitely welcome. You can see the heroes are still plenty powerful with that last raid, and I'm still going to do some more testing. So I might do a little bit of a mini trophy push. If you guys want to see that, let me know in a comment below. But these are my opinions on the update, and yeah, I think the heroes are completely fine, at least at level 40. I'm going to do some testing with the lower level heroes because I think those might need some work from what people are telling me, but I really haven't had a chance to use them, so I can't make an opinion on it right now. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, if you did, drop a like and definitely let me know with a comment if you want to see me do a little bit of a trophy push and do some more experimenting with the heroes. Other than that, I will see you guys later. Peace out.